Keep it closed out.
Woo! The Masters of None. We're back. We are back. And I just found some lame ass channel try to take our name. These dudes are so lame with their dirty ass closet in the background.
Oh, did you see that? Why are they doing it in a bedroom? At least close the closet behind you. I don't want to give these guys any clicks. I don't even think we're going to talk about it.
I'm not either. Nah, it just came to my mind. If you see two dudes in a dirty ass room with two blowouts from 2004.
One of them looks like a young me.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this intentional? I thought it was a parody until I seen that the other dude was brown too. Then I was like,
cut that out. Cut that shit out. All right, but yeah, we're back. We are back, and this is what episode is
88.
This? Episode 88. Crazy eights. 88, bro. That took me to that Kill Bill shit.
I was when I was naming the episode, I was kind of like, damn, 88. I got to think of some good 88 jokes.
Yeah, 88 Keys. It's a fire ass producer.
I didn't even know there was a producer.
Yeah.
I know there's supposed to be 88 keys on a piano, right?
Good question. I believe so. I have a Keyrig 49, so the one that I make beats on is less.
You know what? I'm not even gonna touch this one.
You might be right. Come on, man. Dive in there like me. We just had this big ass debate off camera. I'm gonna just let everybody know. We just had this really like big ass debate off camera. And Berto called me out for not knowing what I was talking about. And then he took me into some deep waters where it kind of exposed that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
That wasn't really how it went down, but
it was, and I give him credit because he really made me realize that I was talking out of my ass 100%. 100%. I was talking out of my ass. We're not going to get into the topic we were discussing, but I appreciate you making me reflect a little bit, and not knowing what the hell I was talking about. So that's it. And he's also like a real man's man. He changed the goddamn caliper on my rear driver's side yesterday in the dark, He's making me question my manhood, like Andrew Tate has been doing to me lately. I stumbled upon this man. I'm watching. And I'm like, damn, I need to get more to like male excellence.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get
watching
my
guys
game.
like Andrew Tate or Kevin Samuels.
Male excellence.
Go ahead. All right, no worries. It's all right. Watching guys like Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, even those clowns over at Fresh and Fit.
Those clowns.
That shit'll make you fucking really like change your outlook on certain things, But like, and this kind of loops into what you were talking about before. Sometimes it's easy to take like logical information and just take it as fact, right? Because things that seem logical seem like they're correct. And I'm not saying that what you said earlier was wrong. Like there's no right and wrong, but I think it's easy to take some of these things that some of these like I don't even know if they consider themselves motivational speakers, but they're usually like just like the guys we're talking about are like super pro they're
calling it a red pill. Something about a red pill, like these guys that are like
derived from like that book, right? I forgot what I don't know. I didn't forget what it's called because I never knew it.
Yeah,
but there was a book that came out and it was about like men being more like, it's not even men being more like men. That's more like Andrew Tate's about. But what like the other guys are about, Kevin Samuels and like we mentioned Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit. They're more about like obtaining like women, and Andrew Tate's kind of about that too. But he's just about all around man's man. Like I don't think that these guys are pushing, being a man. I think they're just pushing like score as many chicks as you can. By being like the fucking alpha Chad.
Yeah, it's a little different. Like when I look at somebody like Andrew Tate, I just take different portions of what they talk about and different things that they reference, and I just take it's like a book or a movie. Or like whatever. I just take little pieces that I find are applicable and that make sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, one thing about Andrew Tate that I really, really agree with is his push and his conversation about escaping the system, like making enough, becoming financially stable to the point where you don't have to play by the rules of this nonsense censorship world that we're living in. Like make enough money, start your own business, do your own thing to where you're able to say what you want, do what you want, and not worry about the repercussions that the system is implementing on us. Like
Exactly.
being able to take away your ability to earn a living because you said the wrong thing, they take it out of context and then just destroy your life. You know, and he was saying like this is what happens when the betas get into power. They abuse their power.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought it was funny.
It's funny because you could even do that at like a lower level, right? Because if you start making a decent amount of money, right? Let's say you start making I just use 6 figures just as a round number, right? You start making $100,000. If you start making $100,000, then you're able to buy more things, right? And some of the things you're able to get are like speeding tickets.
It becomes an inconvenience rather than ruining your week.
Exactly. Having that money means that you can maybe, speed a little bit or, not when a cop pulls you over and you get a ticket, it doesn't ruin the night. When I was younger and I would get a ticket, sometimes I would just turn around and go home. Yeah. Because that's it. My night is ruined. I don't even have enough money to get into where I'm going, let enough money to pay for this ticket.
That's it.
And I'm not a big dick baller right now, but I'm not super worried about getting a ticket,
It becomes an inconvenience,
Shout out to Spaz in the chat. Spaz, which podcast are you watching?
I mean,
let us know.
I'm wondering which one he's watching. I'm
super curious to know which one he's watching because that's going to determine like what I think, how he's living right now, because they're all so different. And all these people that we're talking about, how would you like for some context for the people who don't know who these gentlemen are?
What they are now, they work different spectrums of a similar concept. So you have somebody like Kevin Samuels that we've referenced previously. His goal is to get people married, and he tries to give the playbook on how marriages used to be and the reason they used to work so well, because contemporary systems are put in place to favor one person in the concept of a marriage. So for that reason, people are much more likely to get divorced because it's not, it's not how it used to be where somebody would stay with someone because they were kind of dependent on each other. This push to make everyone so independent from each other makes people so quick to file for a divorce or to split up or what have you. So that's his goal. I mean, sometimes he says some hilarious stuff.
Yeah. And you're talking about Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate, in my opinion, he's more of a character. That might be what's necessary to get his point across. Just because he's playing somewhat of a character doesn't mean that he's not serious about what he's saying. Similar to Colby Covington, right? Colby Covington plays like this character of like a douchebag, but he goes in there and starches dudes. You know what I'm saying? He beats guys up. So it seems like he's got a persona, right?
Yes, it's like a character, like you said. So he's an exaggerated version of what he is trying to put forth. It's an exaggerated version in order to get that point across. Mm-hmm. So he'll say crazy things, but there's some truth in there. It's like when people say like there's a lot of truth in jest. Yeah. Like when people make a joke, but sometimes they're kind of real about that. Mm-hmm. There's some truth in there. He's very similar in that way. So he says extreme shit sometimes, but it's hilarious. And sometimes if you sit back and you take it for what it is and you trim off the fat of like the crazy, arrogant type of a tone, mm-hmm. there's meaning in there.
Yeah, 100%. And when I first listened to him, it was on Fresh and Fit, and I hated him. Yeah. I was like, this guy is wearing like the Miami silk shirt. He got a maximum of 3 buttons buttoned up.
Yeah, shades indoors.
Shades indoors. I want to talk about shades. Shades indoors, and he was just talking wild shit. And if you never watch Fresh and Fit, it's a podcast. Same kind of concept, like real. I hate saying like pro man because it's not like
they're different though. Because they're a little more misogynistic in a way that they have a room full of women and I don't want to say misogynistic because that may not be the case, but it's a little different. It's a little more aggressive approach.
And it's a little more set up, right? Because of the demographic of individuals he has in there. He don't be bringing in the sharpest tools. Now, there has been intelligent women on his show.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the time, like they go to the club and just round up like the baddest ones. And sometimes the baddest ones are not the brightest ones. That's why the lights are low in the club.
That's right. That's why the lights are dim, because the lights are dim upstairs in a lot of these ladies you find in there.
Some of the girls he be having on this show, I've been just like, why are you? she's the person that you brought on here to fucking duel about a high value woman. Like she's the person. Like
lashes are changing the weather pattern in the room.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
what? They start getting upset. They start hovering over their chair with those eyelashes. They had to kill a caterpillar to make those eyelashes.
Many.
Yeah.
There's like 6 mink on there. You know that's a lot of what those eyelashes are made of.
Mink?
They're made of mink. So I don't see any ladies here. A lot of these pedo women are probably out here. A lot of these girls that are all supporting animal rights, they're wearing mink eyelashes and they don't even know it.
If you're a fucking vegan and I catch you out here with mink eyelashes, I'm fucking throwing pain on you. What do you think about the eyebrows that they're doing, that microblading shit?
I think it's incredible.
It's crazy. Right?
I've watched it 1,000 times. I fell down a rabbit hole of microblading because I was like, what's microblading? Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole. I swear to God, I was like, maybe I'll train to do this. I was like, how does this work? Do you need some kind of clinical license? How does this work?
My barber just told me that he's going to stop cutting hair for a couple months and go to school to do that shit.
Bro, it's not a joke. There's a lot of money in that. Bro, my girl gets her eyelashes done, and in places like that, because in tattoo parlors and stuff, they're doing microblading now. Mm-hmm. So I watched a lot of videos on it. Do you know what it is exactly?
No.
What it is they'll look at your eyelashes because now there's a lot of chicks that are like bald above the eye.
Yeah.
Right? It's like this weird, like, I don't know what it is, but their eyelashes are going missing. In 2022, women's eyebrows are just nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. They all look like Anderson Varejao.
Maybe their body's just rejecting it from like all those years of shaving. Their body's just like,
or Villanueva, that's who I meant. He's a basketball player that had alopecia, but that's not funny.
Don't joke about alopecia.
That's right.
Will Smith will come in here and smack you.
Oh, somebody just slapped me. But so what it is they take a woman's face, right? And then they do a pretty good job like marking symmetrically. Like they'll mark it with like a pencil. It's almost like snapping a line on a wall.
Yeah.
When you're trying to like hang a painting or something.
Do they have like a chart? They have a chart.
Oh yeah, bro, it's incredible.
Your nose fits into a hole.
They use a string, and the string has like like some kind of brown. Yeah, and they go across here and go across here and here and here, and they make like this geometric shape that makes it completely centered. And
you know what they call that, right?
What?
It's called a jig. They do the same thing in automotives when they build, like, let's say, how do you think like a company builds manifolds, like headers that are all the same size?
That must be how they do it, I guess.
Yeah, they build like except instead of with chalk, it's like metal pieces that hold things together that force you. It has to go this way so it's always the same. But continue, please.
So it's something like that. So that's what they do. And then essentially what it is they take like a really fine blade and they slice into their face, like into their eyebrow, like really fine. That's why it's called microblading. With like a little blade, right? And they do it in the shape of hairs. Like almost like brush strokes. Like,
oh, and there's ink in there.
No, there's nothing in there yet. Then they take like dye, like ink, and then they like spackle into those holes. And then when they wipe it away, it looks like hair because of the strokes being hair-like, the way they're stroking with the blade. And then they just like spackle over it with like paint, essentially. And it lasts a certain amount of time, and then it washes off. So then you gotta do that again. It's not permanent. Like you're gonna have some bald ass eyebrows in a month or so. It's like temporary tattooing almost.
I refuse to believe that we don't have a cure for like AIDS.
I refuse to walk around and wonder why the hell I'm still bald.
They could do that. That's what they
do, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And they can't figure out male pattern baldness. Like, come on, bro. I had long, luscious locks.
Yeah, you did.
Now here I am, coco pelao. You know what I'm saying? Bald in a bitch, bro.
Listen, man. Sometimes it's not about how much hair you got. You got a nice beard, though.
Yeah, I got a decent... I got to have something. Look at this, bro. I got this slice on my neck. This might look like some kind of stupid-ass hickey or something on camera.
Yeah, Justin just leveled up, though.
Bro, I had to get a new clipper because I tried to be all Mr. Fix-It and shit, right? So I tried to take my clippers and like deconstruct them and make like, cause the blade was weird. Like it like wasn't lining up, right? You know how they line up like this?
Yeah.
It was like this, like a little shifted. So I was like, maybe I'll just open this up. Like I know what the fuck I'm doing, right?
I thought they worked like hedge clippers.
That's what I thought too. I went in there. There's all kind of springs. There was a sponge in there that I thought was just a bunch of hair. So I ripped it out. Next thing you know, I thought it was a bunch of hair stuck in there. So I pull out this thing. Turns out that's like it was almost like a gasket that was keeping that shit even. So I proceeded to cut my hair with that thing. Didn't work. That was like 2 weeks ago. So I ordered new clippers online.
Okay, after you broke this set.
Yeah, fucked up the first set. So I ordered this new set, and they were legit. Like, I didn't know how legit they were. They came and they were heavy. And you know they're heavy, they're legit.
Yes. Anything heavy is quality.
Yeah.
Weight means quality.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, this shit is heavy as hell. So I'm like, all right, let me try cut my hair. So I'm cutting it. Yo, these clippers were way different. Like, Berto seen it. I got a couple nicks on my head.
Yeah.
Yo, so I like slacked like on my way down, and I cut my neck. I like cut it. I'm like bleeding, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I put a little pressure, and I'm like, oh, that's all right. I take my hand off, and I'm like, oh, it looks good. I'm cutting my hair. I feel wet on my shoulder.
Oh, my God.
As I turn around, and I'm like, I feel a little wet, and I'm like, oh, it's blood. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I like wipe it off, and it just keeps bleeding. I had to finish cutting my hair real quick.
Do you have like a mole there?
No. Now I'm going to have something that looks like a mole. It's going to probably scar. I sliced into my goddamn throat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I had to go in the shower. It was bleeding like profusely.
That's how much you were bleeding.
Bro, I almost caught someone.
Did it look like
I was going to call you.
It looked like a crime scene?
No, like my dog's like trying to lick the floor. I'm like, get out of here, you nasty. You know? It was like unbelievable. I was like, I can't. I was like, damn. At first I was pissed and I was upset. I was like, damn, I hurt myself. And then I was like, these are good ones. I was like,
these are good clippers. You gotta be careful with these.
Shout out Amazon and shout out the Great South Bay Brewery for this blonde ale that I'm drinking here.
Long Island's finest.
Long Island's finest. That's right.
Yeah, the only victory Long Island will be taking home this week.
This brewery, I believe, if I'm correct, was actually started by a physician. A doctor started this brewery.
Oh,
he ain't no doctor no more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was an adventure, slicing your own throat.
You think they're ever going to get a beard thing for men?
What do you mean?
For men with no beards? Because beards are in now.
Yeah, beards
have been in, and they're going strong.
Yeah.
They came in 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years ago, beards came back.
Yeah, they did.
And they haven't left.
Nah, they came back with the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff, a little PBR. And
so I got to know, like, what's going to happen. I know they got that rake thing. All right. I'm not saying I used it.
That thing on Instagram?
Yeah.
It looks like a dethatch machine they use for the grass.
Looks like an aerator you use.
Aerator.
Looks like an aerator you do on your lawn. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope they figure something out because I'm lucky enough I lost the hair on my head, like a good portion of it, but I am lucky enough to be able to grow a beard because that balances out.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, are you crazy? You don't even have to be jacked. If you were bald and you didn't have a beard,
yeah,
you would like automatically get a free gym membership.
And it speaks to my level of testosterone, you know?
Yeah. You know what's super funny? So I can't grow a beard. This is all I got right here. And
well, you have no body hair. You're like a swimmer.
Yeah, I'm like a fucking dolphin, bro. I have zero body hair. I don't shave. This is like just like me. I'm like a fucking tuna. You know, I'm slick.
Yo, you really are. You're like Leah Thomas.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Leah Thomas? The swimmer. Yeah.
Don't you dare disrespect
100%.
the motherfucking champion. Don't you dare disrespect the champion.
How dare me?
Don't you
the
dare.
Fucking #1 gold medalist.
NCAA's finest.
NCAA's women's finest.
That's literally a porpoise. Swimming like a savage.
So at one point I thought that I had like a testosterone deficiency.
I wonder where you got that idea.
So, which is weird, right? And I never even looked it up. I just thought it in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this.
I think I said that to you one day.
Maybe you said it to me as a joke, right? So I'm going to, I work in a place where I was a housekeeper at the time, right? Let's just say.
Yeah.
And because I don't remember how long ago this was. So maybe this is back in my housekeeping days. And there's a bunch of doctors and NPs and, we work in a place where if your friend is there, one of my friends was there and I forgot what she was. She was like an NP or an RN. She was something like that. And I asked her, I was like, you think I'm low on testosterone? And she was like, why do you feel that way? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, because I can't grow a beard and I got no body hair. She was like, oh. She said, I thought you just couldn't get it up. And I was like, no, that's not it at all. And then I didn't realize it, but I had been saying that to a bunch of people. Like, I think I'm low on testosterone. And I bet you everybody thought I couldn't get a stiffy. That's probably the first thing that was coming to everybody's mind.
So then what'd you do? You walked around with a heart on purpose?
Yeah, I wore sweatpants.
You wear sweatpants and put pressure on it every now and then?
Yeah, I wore sweatpants, but no, it's not a. It turns out it's not a low testosterone thing. So
no, it's not. It's just genetics.
Fucking weird, man.
It's just genetics. But I'm just glad I could grow a beard, man.
Me and you could survive in a cold environment.
I need a little pink horsepower. Twiz said.
Think pink horsepower give me a beard?
No, I think pink horsepower will have you walking around with. Lord knows what the hell pink horsepower is really going to do. I can't believe people are actually taking an erectile dysfunction supplement made by Cameron the Rapper.
A friend of mine just called me today and told me, like, he was like, yo, like, I could get that. And I was like, nah, I know, like, people could get it. You could buy it online and shit like that. He was like, nah, like, I seen it. My boy be getting it. And I was like, and he wasn't going to take it. But I was kind of like, I don't understand what people's infatuation when, like, you can get something that's made by, like, scientists.
I mean, what happens is it's like one of those, like, schemes, like, where he gets you to sell it. Like, you can't buy it.
Oh, it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, you can't buy it. You gotta
buy cases of it.
Yeah, you can't buy it from him, from the company directly, like one order for yourself to try. You have to buy a batch bulk order and be a vendor. That's what you got to do. You got to be a vendor. Yeah. Like, he be posting on there like, yo, shout out, blah, 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 for being #1 vendor and shit. I'm like, get out of here.
That shit's a pyramid scheme, bro.
Get out of here, man. My fucking, I know multiple people that have fallen for that with, like, Avon and shit like that, and like, and like Mary Kay and shit, selling makeup and trapping your girl and making her come there and making her buy a goddamn like face moisturizer for $25 because you feel bad.
Because you feel bad because you think you're gonna get a fucking pink Chrysler.
Get out of here.
I don't know, man, but maybe it's just because we don't have that issue. If our dicks didn't get hard, we'd be fucking snorting that shit.
Yeah, are you crazy? Is putin'. Got that horsepower pink. Had your booty scooping.
I'll tell you right now, if I couldn't get it up, I'd be fucking railing elephant tusk. I'd do whatever the fuck it takes, bro.
Be hitting up some poachers.
Yeah, bro.
Like, yo, I'm trying to get some jaguar claw.
Yeah.
Is that shit gonna get me going? Trying to see what's up, yo.
You need that raptor foot? I need that raptor nail.
Right? Imagine them claws on a sloth.
Yeah, you break that down. That should get you that. That definitely make your dick hard. Isn't it weird how men like associate like good things with getting your dick hard? My dad used to tell me when I was a kid I didn't want to eat like vegetables. He'd be like, bro, you got to eat tomatoes, bro. It makes your dick big.
Yeah.
Like that was the motivation for me.
Bet you ate some tomatoes.
Yeah, like it was about motivation. I was like, man, you sure? I ate a lot of pizza.
Right? I ate a lot of pizzas. That helped. He's like, nah, got to be raw tomatoes from the garden.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Jesus. Oh my God. I wanted to first of all, it's Major League Baseball opening day today.
Yeah. We'll give a round of applause for
give a round of applause to the highest paid sport. The highest paid American sport.
Yeah.
They crush it out here with the money. They finally came to a deal. A bunch of millionaires complaining about getting less millions.
Yo, what was funny? I was just going to say that they're like the last sport that really be standing their ground, too. These motherfuckers will just not play.
Of course they won't. Well, that's the union. They have a really strong union.
Yeah.
And that's America's pastime.
Basketball's got a strong union, too, because they had a lockout as well, right?
Yeah, they had a lockout, but there's really nothing stronger than Major League Baseball. Like, their players' union is crazy. Like, their players' union is legit. Like, I think I just found out, that Big Papi Ortiz, David Ortiz,
yeah.
He just got into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, good for him.
He tested positive for steroids and still made it into the Hall of Fame. They never let Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens in, and they never tested positive for steroids. They were just implicated in a book, and they were barred from the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame.
Sports are stupid like that. Nick Diaz was fucking banned for how many years for pissing hot for fucking
smoking
THC
weed.
For smoking weed?
Yeah. And now it's completely legal.
Now Nate Diaz is smoking on the fucking stage. You got guys like Sean O'Malley smoking before the fights.
Yo, Spaz in the chat is saying, I'll trade you two Dunkaroos for your broccoli. Yo, that's hilarious. I had a teacher in elementary school in 5th grade. Miss Kurtz was her name. I'll never forget her. Yo, she used to wear Birkenstocks and walk 1,000,000 miles a minute and wear denim overalls.
Oh, damn.
But she was like, she had
this lady definitely grew her own weed.
Bro, it's so funny. Yo, she probably did. Now, in hindsight, she had like a compost pile at her crib. I remember I told her, I said, my dad says that smells, having a compost pile. And she was like, you know what stinks? Those chemicals. Those chemicals they put on the grass? Bro, like 3 times a year. Chem lawn, pull up at my crib, spraying chemicals on the lawn. I'm like, I can't even tell my dad that. He'll walk up in here and fucking raise hell. But she wouldn't let us bring a snack that wasn't healthy. You weren't allowed to have junk food. You couldn't have no chips. You weren't allowed to eat that snack in her class. You could only bring something healthy. And literally everybody in the class was eating like carrots, broccoli. It was super effective. It was crazy to me because snack time is so important to you in like elementary school that you're like, I don't care what snack I'm allowed to have. I got to have some kind of snack.
Yeah. I feel like a part of me is saying, fuck that, America. I eat whatever fucking snack I want. But at the same time, like, I don't like my kid eating, like, you know, garbage. Everything in moderation. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything in moderation, but not like all the time. And I feel like that's one of the things that, like, I don't know. I'm still like a new parent. My kid's only like 3, or going to be 3. So I really don't know. But I wonder if this is something that people are really privy about, right? Because you eat lunch at school 5 days a week. That's 5 meals a day. You know, that's 5 meals a week. That's a lot. That could really like influence, like, you know, that really influences your diet.
Of course it does. And that's why there's so many obese children.
Well,
you know,
and I think another, like,
parents really,
that and the how easy it is to get this stuff and how cheap it is.
And how it's that's what it is. It's cheap, it's quick. That's what it is. It saves time and it saves money. Same reason why people, you know, they pull in a drive-through. You know, same reason. You can feed a family, bro. I can't even lie, bro. My girl's gonna be so mad if I admit this. I had McDonald's today.
Nice.
I had McDonald's today on my lunch because, yo, that app be popping up with these coupons, bro.
Dude, it almost seems like they should be losing money with the deals they give out.
I got a free large fry. It was free. I didn't even have to buy anything.
That's sick.
So then, of course, I bought a double cheeseburger, and I made it like you taught me.
Yeah, listen, ladies and gentlemen, double cheeseburger, add the lettuce, delete the ketchup, add the mac sauce.
Poor man's Big Mac.
Boom.
Without that middle bun, which nobody ever wants.
Nobody wants that middle bun anyway. And if you really want to throw it up a notch, if you're really trying to fucking load on the calories.
You're really trying to die sooner, what do?
Bacon.
Oh, my God. You put bacon on it, jeez.
You got to McDouble. Add the lettuce. I like to add a tomato too, because like Burger King does with their fucking Whopper. I like a tomato on mine. Tomato.
I don't put a tomato on.
Lettuce. No ketchup. Add mac sauce.
That's what I did today with that large fry, bro. You know how much it cost me? And I got a seltzer water.
How much?
$3.
$3.
This is why we're all good fucking dying.
A double cheeseburger, large fries, and a fucking drink.
And a drink, and it cost me I think it was like $3.23 or something like that. I was like, yep, I'm gonna die because I'm doing this again.
Yeah,
I'm trying to save up. I'm trying to buy a house. I was like, and this is the kind of shit that you end up doing to buy a house.
I've been on a diet for fucking, let's say the 7th, for like 38 days. For 38 days, bro,
and crushing it, bro.
Thank you. It is so. It's not. I don't want to say it's hard. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. But man, it's not easy. It's way easier to eat like dog shit.
Of course.
Last night I was like, "Oh, let's get some food," and I'm like looking for food on Uber, and it's late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. But my eating times are weird because like I intermittent fast for a long time, and then like I don't eat till later in the day. So like I eat like I'll eat my first meal at like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But then I'll eat till like 10. I don't know if that's good or bad. It just is what it is. I eat in an 8-hour window. Whatever time I start eating, I eat for 8 hours, and then I stop eating.
I probably wouldn't eat that close to going to bed, but you stay up later.
But I never go to bed before midnight.
Yeah, so that gives you enough time to digest that. You don't want to be, because what happens is not necessarily, one, your calories will, you know, it's you know, you're not going to burn as much.
Yeah, because you're sleeping.
But mainly, you don't get as good sleep because your body has to use a significant amount of energy to digest that food.
Oh,
so your body, so your body's significantly awake. You know, even though you're sleeping, your body's working fairly hard to digest that food while you're trying to sleep.
I didn't know that. So what I was going to say is I was trying to get a salad, and I'm looking on Uber Eats, and like nothing is open except for fucking fast food places.
Of course.
Fast food, and then like franchises like TGI's and Applebee's, whatnot. And I'm like, fuck, nothing's open that I could eat.
You go to like a bar and get like a wrap. Like I know Changing Times has that good, I think it's a grilled chicken avocado wrap.
Yeah,
that's what I get all the time, and they're open late, and their kitchen's open pretty late, and it's not far.
No, it's just probably delicious. It doesn't. I gotta be weird about some. You gotta be you know what? Everybody's diet's different, right? So like that wouldn't work for me because I'm not eating some of the things that they probably have in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they got some delicious sweet sauce on that shit, some sweet dressing on that shit. You know, a lot of dressing has
I'm not
sugar
sure.
in it.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of dressing has sugar.
I'm not sure. I know it's good.
That's the trick to getting people to eat salads. That's why people be eating these salads because they're fucking magically delicious. But in reality, that salad's got 1,200 calories. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's like a Caesar salad. You want to be careful with a Caesar salad because Caesar dressing is terrible for you.
Caesar dressing, you might as well have. You know how many yogurts you could eat for that?
Bro,
might as well. You could eat like 3/4 of a cheeseburger.
Get a burger.
Exactly.
Get a burger.
It's bread in there. Then there's sugar in the fucking in the dressing. Whatever. I'm not gonna get. I don't want to get into fucking dieting. But
nah, it's and Spaz is right. Like he said, he's mostly into the cheaper food. I don't really care what it is. See, that's a lot of the mentality of people. You know, we try to save a little money, save a little time, so we eat worse. You know, and then we end up in the cath lab getting stents and having open heart surgery when we're 50.
I love eating the cheaper food.
Yeah,
I love it. It just doesn't agree with me. Like dude, my weight fluctuates like a fucking 14-year-old girl.
Well, that's because you do these diets and stuff like that, which, you know, you drop weight very quickly. You're lucky to be able to do that.
But also when I eat, like I put weight on. So it's like I'm living in this fucking, like if you can maintain, like if I could maintain like the same figure, you know, fit the same clothes all year long and eat like dog shit. Oh, I would.
Of course.
100%. I would.
Of course.
But if I eat fucking the food that's the cheapest all year long, by the time I'm halfway through the year, I can't fit in the shirt that I fit, 6 months ago.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I just saw, Kevin Garnett, the former basketball player. He played for the Timberwolves. He was drafted out of high school, played for the Boston Celtics.
He don't play no more?
Nah.
Okay.
He's got a podcast, and he had his football player on. I forget his name. Damn it. He had his football player on. This football player said he has one meal a day, one coffee, and 4 to 5 bags of candy. That's his diet. That's what he eats every day. He's like, I wake up, I work out. A little while later, I work out again. Then I leave. He said around 12 p.m., I have a coffee just to hold me over till about 4 or 5 p.m. And then he'll just consume 4 bags of candy. I was like, number one, that's terrible. Number two, that's complete and total bullshit. And I don't believe it. You can't sustain a professional sports career on a bullshit ass diet like that. His injuries would be crazy.
You know, these young dudes are like fucking freak athletes. But I'll tell you one thing.
I don't believe that shit for a second.
That's some shit that somebody told him you can only have fucking 2,300 calories. And by the time he added all his candy in, the only thing that was left was a coffee and a fucking chicken and broccoli dinner.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Oh, it's chicken and broccoli. Dude, Chinese food is fucking delicious.
I can't eat broccoli. It shit puts me in the ER, bro.
What?
Oh, yeah, it shit gets me mad sick.
You can't eat broccoli?
Nah.
I didn't know that.
I have like GI shit.
What about cauliflower?
Cauliflower not as bad, but I don't gamble. I don't play with that. You know, it really fucks me up. Like when I have broccoli, it really, really, it'll put, especially if it's raw, like a crudité, like if there's like a platter, like at a party or something like that, and I have broccoli, I'm going to the ER.
Damn, I'll tell you one thing. You're not missing out on anything.
Nah, I used to love it.
It's not good. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's good with cheese and bacon.
Of course. As is everything.
Yeah.
I'll put cheese and bacon in my Cheerios.
Yeah, that's like saying it's good with pussy, right? It's like, well,
yeah, right?
Well, there's nothing that's not, right?
Facts.
Suspended license, but
I'll take it. Tell me a little bit about this. How do you say that? Ketanji Brown Jackson? Ketanji?
Oh.
That new Supreme Court justice?
Yeah, she's here. So I got my handy dandy notebook.
This is related to what we were debating about earlier, that I was in way too deep of I was in the deep end of the pool talking out of my ass. And then I started looking things up and I was like, man, I don't know where I got any of this information, but none of it's accurate.
So she was recently, the Senate appointed her Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. She's the first black woman and first public defender to be appointed to the U.S.'s highest level of court.
So she was appointed to the highest level of court?
Yeah, that's the Supreme Court's the highest level.
Yeah, Supreme Court. I mean, that's a big ass job. I don't even know if I want that job.
I don't know. You got it. Just like people say like fighters are crazy for doing their jobs, these guys are fucking crazy for doing their fucking jobs too. Because I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah, it's for multiple reasons. One, you're a public figure, which is hard enough now. Now you're a political public figure, so now you got to watch. You're held to a higher standard than the normal public. So now you got to do everything. Like if you get stopped for a DWI and you're a Supreme Court judge, that shit is going to be everywhere.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're just held to a different standard, and now you're also like a political target. Like people want to, like people go after those kind of people because they make court decisions. They make important decisions, and now you're literally a target for like, whoever you ruled against or whatever, and your name is public record because you're a public servant. So all that, your name is public record, your salary is public record. Like anybody can
you subject yourself to scrutiny from the public, and not only from the public, but also from your coworkers and adversaries. There's not everybody's playing on the same side, even though it's weird because we all play for the same team, right? It's
technically that you would think we are, but
it's like we're one nation under God, and that's like
can't even say God anymore. It's probably like one nation under they, indivisible.
One nation under them.
It's definitely something weird by now, man. I can't.
No, they definitely changed that. I went to a Catholic school where they didn't give a fuck what the man said. They're saying the fucking Our Father.
Absolutely.
They're saying the prayer. We're praying every morning. So when I went to public school and they're all looking at the flag and shit, I was like, what kind of fucking communist fucking shit is this? I got to fucking, you guys, is there a picture of a dude that I got to stare at now?
Ain't no rosary around here?
Yeah, I was like, well, I didn't, at that time, I thought that was the normal, like, praying, you know what I'm saying? At least that guy doesn't really exist, you know what I'm saying? This thing's all real.
You know what's crazy? I'm starting to go back to church, bro.
I was in fucking.
I'm going back to church.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of faith. I was in.
I think my life just spiraled out of control when I stopped going to church. I'm gonna figure out what's going on.
Listen,
I'm gonna go back to the Lord, and I'm gonna see what my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has to say about my actions. I'm gonna repent.
I'll tell you one thing. I was in church the other day. So, anyways, I went to mass. It was and like I said, I went to Catholic school for a long time, so I went to church for a long time too. So I'm familiar with this church. I went there every Sunday for many, 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 many years. And so I'm familiar with like the platform, like the structure of like a mass. Like the beginning is X, Y. Like I know when they're getting
X, Y, ching-a-ling, ching-a-ling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, the usher's gonna come by. He wants you to put some money in the basket. You put some money in the basket. All right, he did it once. He's gonna come again.
Yeah.
After you get the bread, 20 minutes tops before you're out of there.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a priest or somebody that's a little, he's feeling himself a little bit and he extends it. I'm like, Papa, got things to do, man.
Yeah, I know what prayer's coming up or where it's supposed to be at what timestamp. I even told my girl, I was like, oh, we're running ahead of time.
See, in the Catholic Church, it's funny because the deacons are allowed to get married. You know that?
Yeah.
So the deacons get married. Theirs is always short because they got to get home to the wife. So their shit is always short. It's always
they're
way
45
shorter.
minutes. They don't even do the whole hour. But what I was going to say is that what the priest was saying was like they were talking about forgiveness and making sure you come like, every once in a while to be forgiven. And don't worry about what you did, because no matter what you did, if you confess it in front of them, to them, and they have the power to forgive you for that, and then you never have to think about it again.
That's it.
That's what this gentleman said. He said, no matter what you did, you come to me and you tell me what you did, and then I will forgive you and absolve you of this sin. You no longer, the stress is off your back.
Well,
so what I was going to get at is like any crew like that is a crew that I can rock with.
Yeah, goddamn right.
No, there is a lot of great values in religion. Like, I think that it's important. Like, it teaches kids good value. My only thing I got against it is obviously like, the negative stuff.
Yeah, of course. I'm all for it. I'm all for, I'm just trying to get a little more spiritual. I need, I think it's good to have a little bit in that, stop touching the kids, but, but I'm ready to, I'm ready to pray again.
But that's why there's nothing wrong with like believing, right? Because that comes from like the organized part of it. And that's the only part that I really ever see anything like negative against, right? The organized part of religion. The believing in the book or the scriptures or whatever you believe in, like I don't really have anything against that, right?
Yeah.
Because no one tells me anything for whatever things that I do might be weird. You know what I'm saying? So that's a right that you have. It's in our Constitution. So, but the organized part, like governments are corrupt. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that, and these are like small governments.
All of them are corrupt.
Yeah, and these are like small governments. So like there is the odds are that there's probably some corruption within them. I mean, it is. I don't got to skate around.
They have their own laws. They don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
Did you see that? It was just on the news that that there's a house that now they're talking about. I forget what town it is. It's on Long Island, and it's owned by a church, but they're renting it out to people, and because it's in the name of the church, they don't pay taxes on the house.
Sick.
So they don't pay no taxes, but they're renting it out to people. So now everybody is like up in arms in the neighborhood. They just found out. And like, how the hell are you going around here saying you're Christian, but you're doing this like tax evasion? They're like, come on. And I'm like, do you think this is the only, are you kidding me? Some of these churches got jets and shit. You know, like, come on.
Remember that dude that got caught down south? He was like, he had like a Bentley and shit and an Escalade. And he was like, yeah, I use this to like pick up like special guests and shit like that. He was like, doing this. It was like a crazy, like, it was obviously like a crazy, like, embezzlement. Like, he was just taking the money from the church and like buying himself shit.
But people want to keep on giving him the money. They're like, you know, yeah, how else is he supposed to spread the word of God? In a Toyota?
That's the part that's crazy to me.
He's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to be spreading the word of the Lord? Driving around a goddamn Volkswagen?
Driving around a goddamn Toyota. Can't get it done in a Toyota.
Hell no.
I was telling my girl, because we had the baby with us when we were in church, and we didn't have any cash on us, so when the ushers came past,
so you put your daughter in the dish?
No, I wanted to put some fruit in there, and my girl was like upset with me. She was like, don't do that. I was like, fruit? This is even better than money.
Yeah,
I said, that's what they want to do with this money.
There's a lot of religions that do that.
Yeah.
That you offer up, you know, food. You offer up fruit.
Yeah.
You offer up like a almost like a sacrifice.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, if I put that fucking fruit in there and they didn't take it, I was gonna make I would have made a fucking show.
They'd be like, who's
this
the wise
is all
guy?
I have.
We don't take checks. We don't take fruit.
This is all I have.
I don't know why I'm putting us in the South all the time.
I'm giving you the last thing I have. Is this fruit?
That's right. I'm breaking bread. Should put like a stale ass piece of bread in there, or a fish. Did he make a couple fish? He took one fish, made a lot of fish.
Fish would be hard to put in there, but I definitely think I could have got away with the fucking fruit. I don't know. I don't want to talk about religion.
Yeah, but I am going back to church, man. I'm going back this week, actually.
Nice.
Yeah,
what
man.
kind of church are you going to go to?
I grew up Catholic, so I'm going to go to a Catholic church.
Which one did you go to as a kid?
You know where I went, bro. St. John of God, bro.
I didn't know. I went to St. Anne's.
You went to St. Anne's. Didn't you go to...
Yeah, but I didn't go to that church. That church, I was out there 5 days a week. On Sunday, I was at St. Anne's.
Yeah, see, nah, man, I was loyal to St. John of God, bro. My parents had me up in there. You know, we used to go to the Latino mass where they had the whole band.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to go to the English one. When I went with my grandma, I had to go to the Spanish one. But I'll tell you one thing. We had this, our priest's name was Father Tom. It was this bald dude with a beard. He was a gangster. And then one day, he just wasn't a priest no more.
Oh, yeah? What, he dropped his flag?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, he got tired of this shit. That's how he got tired of it and dipped. I don't think he did any wild shit. I wasn't going down that.
Hey, he probably met a woman.
Yeah. Or met a man.
Nah, they let you rock with that.
Oh yeah.
Nah, but he would.
You got to be both. You got to be both. You got to be priest though. You got to be both down.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, so if I meet you and I'm a priest, you got to come home. You got to come home and get your collar.
Yo, that's hilarious.
So that's a terrible thing to say. She wants to go to the
hilarious.
next topic.
On a lighter note,
because
y'all want to see a crazy person?
Oh man,
we're about to show you guys a crazy person. I want to see in the chat because we're gonna have to ask whoever's in the chat. We got a little vote that we're gonna have on. There's an odd number of people in there, which is gonna be perfect. You know what we're gonna vote on?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that vote?
Go. Yeah, sure.
I want to see. I'm going to let you guys see this crazy person. And first of all, let me know if you even recognize who this is.
I wouldn't have recognized her.
I want to know if people can even recognize who this is. Because at first I was like, Lil' Kim? And I was like, nah. Restart that. We're going to restart this. We're going to start this from the beginning.
It starts by itself.
Does it?
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Nah, I think you got to restart it. So I want to see if anybody is able to see. Who do you think that is? Who is that?
Yo.
Somebody please look at this and tell me who that is.
People do the wildest shit to make themselves look young.
I'm going to let it loop. Because.
Well, you could see it there too.
What is that? What is that?
Poor girl.
What is that?
Who told her that she would look good if she did that?
I want to know. Oh, Yesenia guessed it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Why does she? I don't get what makes people do that shit to themselves.
I'm putting this back up. This right here, she looks like some kind of aqua creature. She looks like something from a video game. Like if you're in Zelda and you swim under the bridge and shit, you come up in a world and there's a bunch of these. Dude,
look at her lips. Look like some slugs landed on her face and just then like they're packing up their holdover slugs.
Bro, she looks like Jigsaw.
She does look like the Saw character.
Her face is literally the shape of Jigsaw. What is going on? What are we doing to our Hollywood stars and to our pop singers to make them look so crazy?
It's okay to get old. Look at Kris Jenner.
Oh, yes, you're right.
You thought I was talking about Caitlyn? How dare you? How dare you? Caitlyn was just on the Nelk Boys podcast.
I'll tell you what, Caitlyn Jenner's hair is laid, bro.
Yo, when I tell you,
I was mad. I was like, damn. I was like, she got the.
Dude, she was on the Nelk Boys podcast. Hair, nails, everything.
I need to figure out how she did her hair like that because I need to get that shit put on my shit.
Bro,
I'm gonna use the Gorilla Glue like that chick.
She was out there like, just stunting. Hair looked crazy. Hair looked good. Everything was just on point.
Yo, definitely making it full circle. Originally, it was a slow process, but damn, I gotta say, whoever's working with her is doing a damn good job.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, damn, I was like, Caitlyn look all right.
Yeah. Yo, it's mad funny, bro. She was talking about how she doesn't agree with that situation with the swimmer.
Nah, because she was an athlete.
Yeah.
So she knows what that is. That she knows the hard work that goes in, and it's just craziness, man. That's just lunacy, bro. It's just lunacy, yo.
We live in a wild time. Everybody probably says that, right? Everybody at this point in their lives or at some point in their lives probably like, man, people in the 60s are probably like, man, we're living in a crazy time.
Now, we're living in the craziest time.
We're living in a crazy time.
Yeah, they were like, man, isn't it so crazy? Huh. They're not allowed to, they stopped selling cigarettes to 6-year-olds. You got to be 11 to buy a pack of smokes.
I used to get what happened to the good old days where I gave Jimmy the note and he would go to the liquor store and get me fucking Valium, some cigarettes.
And a pint of scotch, on his tricycle.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. These are the craziest times. These are the most unprecedented times. It's crazy.
Just like we've discovered microblading, people just have so much, because microblading and shit like that, like all that shit comes from motherfuckers just having too much time on their hands.
Oh, yeah. They were like, my eyebrows are kind of thinning.
You think they would have invented that like in a third world country where they're just trying to figure out where the next meal's coming from?
No. Same reason why nobody's really as concerned in other countries about people's feelings. But feelings are priority here because it's too easy to get food.
Yeah.
You just walk in a supermarket and a food shortage is right around the corner.
They say a food shortage is right around the corner. They also say the recession's right around the corner. I don't know.
We're in we're kind of in part of the recession at this point.
I don't know anything about economics.
I just know that shit costs a lot of money and people ain't making much.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Inflation. I hear that word a lot.
Yeah, a lot of things are inflating.
Yeah. Tell you what's not inflating. My paycheck.
Yeah, I'll tell you what is inflating. Madonna's whole face.
Oh my God, poor Madonna. I really feel like I don't know what makes them think they look good. I think they just look. I think they feel like they look young, and that makes it like young equals good. You could be a bad old bitch. There's a gang of old bad bitches out there.
Yeah, I think the problem is they think it's going to be better. You know what I compare it to? When you bend a paper clip. And when you first bend it and try to bend it back, it looks okay.
Yes.
Then you bend it again and it looks worse. Then you bend it again and it breaks. And you're like, fuck, I went too far. That's what they're doing with their faces. Like they're trying to improve it.
And their asses.
And their asses. But the asses are getting decent because they're learning how to, the whole fat transplant. That's what it is.
They say it's the most dangerous surgery you could get.
Really?
Yeah, it's the most dangerous one. It's like you have the most likeliness of dying.
During a Brazilian butt lift or
something?
During
the fucking BBL. Yeah, the fat transfer.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because if there's like veins in there, and if they shove fat into it, it could cause a fat
embolism?
Sure.
That's what happens with like long bone breaks. It's crazy. Like you snap your femur, it can cause what's called a fat embolism.
That shit'll kill you?
Oh yeah, that shit'll kill you.
Well, that's what the fuck might be happening with the BBLs. BBLs, someone tell us, Spaz, I know you know. The BBL is like one of the most dangerous surgeries. It's due to something with fat in the blood.
Yeah, it's an emboli. So, it's just like similar to like a clot. You have a clot or, something like that. But once it starts to travel, it becomes an embolus. So that's when you have like a pulmonary embolism. It's a clot that then starts to travel. Once it starts to travel, it can cause problems. It can cause strokes. It can cause heart attacks. It can cause like a PE or a pulmonary embolism. It goes to your lung. And it obstructs blood flow to these areas. So a fat embolism is the same thing. It's a chunk of fat that makes its way into your bloodstream, and then it just, it travels. And once it starts to travel around your body, there's no telling where that shit is going to lodge and cause some kind of fucking problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn.
That's what ends up happening. So if that's a possibility with a Brazilian butt lift, shit.
And women are still out here going in.
They're like, yo, I'm willing to take the risk. They're willing to risk it all for an Instagram picture next to the pool.
Dude, before the fucking BBL, they were putting cements in their asses too. They're putting fucking glue and shit in there. It's no worries, Spaz. It's women. I don't know. I don't feel like men do it as much simply because we don't have the options, right? I don't think there's nothing really that's gonna make your hog any bigger.
It's not respected among men. That's the thing, is we don't play that. Because you can get ab implants, you can get pec implants, you can get calf implants, bicep implants. All that shit exists.
None of those things mattered. When they start making people's hogs bigger, that's when they'll start jumping on the board.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, it's like...
But yeah, we don't really give a fuck about that.
It's not that we don't give a fuck. On the contrary, we're like, that shit is lame. Go put the work in and go to the gym. Like, women don't really feel it. They don't feel that pressure to earn their ass. As long as the ass is there, men are savages and don't care.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
Men don't care if your ass came from the gym or if your ass came from Dr. Miami.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares.
It's more of a look thing. It's not even. I think that the things that women be doing now with their asses is crazy. Oh, that's way too much ass.
Yeah,
it looks all that ass that these girls be putting on.
You look like a cartoon character. Everybody walking around like they're in Toontown.
I just feel like you're gonna get old too, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with all that ass when you're 65?
I'll tell you what. Gravity's a motherfucker, and that ass gonna be sitting there. That ass is gonna be dragging along the floor.
Yeah,
that's gonna end up happening.
Big ass. Fuck you gonna do with all that ass?
I don't know. I have no idea. But they ain't no trunk big enough for that.
Dude, some of these girls can't even wear like regular pants. You ever seen the girls with their asses are so big that their pants like fucking like they just like they swoop down?
Yeah, it looks so unnatural. It's so saggy, and the problem is it becomes so disproportioned with their body. I mean, there's a reason. Same reason you shouldn't mess with your face. Listen, biology, Mother Nature, and God. Things are designed for a certain reason. Like, you ever notice if somebody gets their nose done, even if it's a good nose job, it looks crazy just because it just doesn't match the rest of their face. You can't figure it out, but something naturally, as another human looking at a human, you're like, I don't know what it is, but that shit ain't right.
There's something about you.
I don't know what it is, but something's off.
Yeah. You know what they're really good at now?
What?
Breast.
Yeah, they're getting pretty good at breast implants. They're getting pretty good, but
they've been doing that the longest. Spaz says BBL's 1 in 4,000 deaths. 1 in every 4,000. That's crazy.
That's a lot of deaths.
1 in 4,000.
1 in 4,000. That's not very good odds.
Nah, bro.
There's better odds on like cardiac procedures.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like one of the worst ones, I'm telling you. It's and it's crazy because it's an elective surgery.
Yeah, which is crazy, man.
It's not like getting a tonsillectomy or getting a fucking lung transplant. This one is
it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary and it's elective, like you said. It's something that, it's like rest in peace to Donda, but that's how she died.
Oh, through elective surgery.
Kanye's mom. Like, she got she was getting plastic surgery, and it wasn't just any elective surgery, because technically a knee transplant is an elective surgery. Technically, okay. These things are elective, like carpal tunnel, that's an elective surgery, but to go and do that's crazy, man. People think it's no joke to go under the knife. We're desensitized to the concept of like general anesthesia and putting somebody out and cutting them open and doing these procedures and then hoping that they come out okay from the procedure. Intubations, extubations, like these are crazy processes.
People just want like the plastic surgery. People just want like this appearance, and they're willing to go through that to look a certain way. You know, people just do crazy stuff. Did you hear about that rapper? His name was what was his name? Gunu. He was the one. He got his body propped. His family propped up his body in the club, and like threw a party.
But he died?
Yeah, he had died.
Where's that, in PR?
No,
because you know he'd be doing that shit in Puerto Rico all the time.
Nah, I know, but they do. This was like I think it was down south somewhere.
How did they prop you up?
They stood him up.
They put like a post up your ass, like all the way up your body. How does that work?
Nah, he's stiff as a board, but they definitely got something like because he probably rocks, right? I don't know. They got him in some Timbs probably.
Yeah.
You could put anything in Tim's. That shit'll just stand right up.
I put my dog in Tim's and she stood up like a soldier.
Yeah, 100%. You could put a dog. You could put a horse in Tim's. That shit'll stand up.
I jacked up my car with Tim's. You can do anything with Tim's, bro.
100%.
This is New York, bro. You can do anything with Tim's.
Yeah, you wear them long enough, them motherfuckers will walk themselves too.
Facts.
Yeah, but all his fans were upset. Even the club came out, I think, yesterday or today, and like apologized for it.
Oh, the club came out.
Yeah, the mom was like, you know what? My son likes to party, so we had his going home party as a party.
Oh, I thought you meant the club was gonna come out and be like, yo, I want my money back. We didn't know he died last week.
Nah, bro, they charged $40 a ticket too.
Wow.
Yeah, they hit a lick.
So the fans were upset that they did that to his body, or the fans were upset that they showed up and they were like, boo. Make him perform. And somebody was like, it was like Weekend at Bernie's. They had him like this. He was like, yo, I'm nice. I'm nice. They had two people had him like this. And somebody was rapping like,
He had a bunch of string strapped to him.
He was like,
like a puppet.
That's not even funny.
I think that they were just mad that they felt like they were like it was disrespectful. But they don't know who the fuck do you know. You don't know him. You just like his music. Why the fuck do you get to say his mom did it?
Damn.
His mom thought it was a good idea.
I wonder if his mom got paid off that party, charging $40 a ticket.
$40 a head. Definitely, she should have got at least $30. You know?
Yeah, facts.
If not, call me up. I'll renegotiate the next one.
I wonder if they gave her half the bar or the door.
She should have settled for the door. I would have took the whole door.
Yeah, now I want the bar.
Not at a funeral.
But I bet you people were drinking.
Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking
It wasn't a funeral. It sounded like they were turning up.
It was a going home party.
Okay.
You wanted me to put on here the Knicks suck.
Oh my God, these goddamn Knicks. Yeah, we're going to talk about these Knicks. Last night, I'm at like my girl's brother's house. The Knick game is about to come on. Of course, I pull out my DraftKings app. And I'm like, all right, let me put some bets on here. So I put some bets on there, like a couple here and there, like just regular, like someone like Fournier is going to hit 4 threes. I put in some stuff because the Knicks were playing the Brooklyn Nets. So I put some stuff on there for like Kyrie Irving's point total, like stuff like that. I think Kevin Durant was in one of my bets. But I threw some money on the Knicks to win because it was so like, I think it was like plus 500 or something. So I'm like, all right, let me throw some money on the Knicks to win. They're scraping the Nets the entire game. I mean, they were up by 21 at one point.
Damn.
So then, DraftKings and like FanDuel, they give you the option to cash out. I could have cashed out and like tripled my money. But instead, I let it rock so I could get a little bit more.
Yeah.
And they were busting ass. Sure enough, last like 5 minutes of the game,
they just start taking a shit.
Piece of shit Knicks just start giving away the game. I'm like, yo, y'all suck. I'm like, I swear to God. I'm like, I could literally go and find a varsity basketball team that will bust y'all ass. They fucking suck.
They blew a 21-point lead.
Bro, they lost by 10. I'm like, how did y'all even give them enough time to beat y'all by that many points?
Basketball's mad weird because it's like that. Like, so a team could just come back. I'm not really watch a lot of basketball, but when I do be watching it, I'm like, yo, it's mad weird. This team was just losing by like 16 points, and then somebody just came and knocked down 3 threes, and now they're only losing by 4.
The Knicks are so trash, and it's funny because I was joking. I was like, they're doing good. I was like, but hopefully the Knicks don't give it away in the fourth quarter. They're so good at that. Just kidding. Pass me the pasta. And then sure enough, they gave away the goddamn game.
God, I love pasta.
I was like, God, these Knicks suck. I had some really good. My girl's brother's wife, or my girl's sister-in-law, she made this slamming pork bolognese, this penne with this pork bolognese sauce, bro. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. I was like, I've never even had pork bolognese.
Neither have I.
So instead of beef, it was ground pork.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you know
Probably
me,
delicious.
Bro, as Puerto Rican as I am, I was like, pork. As soon as I walked in, I was like, you got the Puerto Rican chicken in here, don't you? She was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
the cubito?
I was like, you got some pork going on in here. She's like, yeah, pork bolognese. I'm like, give me that.
Yo, I like some good pork.
Yo, it was so good, man. It was so good.
Swine.
Bro, it was so good, man. I'll eat all the swine. That dirty ass animal, I'll cook that up.
That's just delicious.
Bro, it's delicious, man. Anybody that has never tried pork, if one day you decide to give it a try, call me up.
You'll like it.
Let me know what you thought.
You might not like the whole pork, but you're definitely going to like some pieces of pork. Like everybody likes bacon. What's that Italian bacon that you putting on pasta?
Oh, like pancetta?
Ooh.
Like that? Yeah, man.
That shit is delicious.
That's what, you ever have a good carbonara pasta?
That shit's got pancetta on it too.
Oh,
I love that greasy
man.
shit. I like it when I eat when that I'm at the end and I just find like a whole fucking quarter cup of grease at the bottom of my shit.
Some Italian bread right there.
Yep.
Soak that up. Bang. Yo, where's Twiz at in the chat? You know what's up with some.
I love Italian food.
With some carbonara, some pasta, some he knows what's up.
Oh, you got a new phone.
Me?
You got a new phone. I
got a new phone. Yeah, bro. You see them 3 cameras right there? I'm out here flexing,
Justin
bro.
leveled up.
Yeah, I leveled up. They did hook me up though. My bill only went up $5.
That's not bad.
Bro,
Justin
it's
told me
incredible.
before he walked in there, he called me. He was like, I want to go to a Verizon store. And I was working with a friend of mine in my backyard. We were rebuilding my steps. And he was like, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get like, I'm going to get, I'm not going to get nothing crazy. He goes, I'm going to get something. I'm only going to pay like, what did you say? How many dollars a month extra? Or like, usually I'm going to pay like $7, $8 a month or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, max, because I was thinking about getting the 13 mini or the SE so that I could stay under what I wanted to spend, because I don't want to, my bill is under $100, my cell phone bill. That's unheard of.
That is unheard of. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I have unlimited data, and I'm on Verizon. So I was like, because I had paid off my last phone. I don't do that phone financing shit. I don't do that.
I still finance my phone because I got to buy one, get one.
Yeah, so the only reason that I got this phone was because the finance on this only put me like $5 over what my bill was. My bill's only $100 now, even.
That's sick.
For a brand new phone, because I was gonna get the iPhone SE, which is like the cheap ass like.
That's like the one that they make in like Bangladesh, right?
Yeah, that's the one that
funny colors.
I think you could also get it on like Cricket Wireless or something.
That's the Huawei one.
Facts. So I went to get that, but that one would have been like $117 a month. And then she pulled some promotion and shit like that, gave me some discounts and stuff, and was like, actually, believe it or not, like, and so I lined up, I had her run like the full invoice on what it would have cost for the 13 mini versus the SE versus the 13 Pro. For my iPhone 10, they were only going to give me $115 toward the SE.
Okay.
But toward this phone, they gave me $700. $700 they gave me for the iPhone 10.
Why?
I don't know. She said it's some kind of promotion. She's like, to be honest, she's like, this doesn't really make sense to me. She's like, but that's what it is. She's like, so you want to do that? I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I was like, give me it. She was like, what color you want? You want the green? I was like, hell no.
I like that green. It's like a British green. It's like a British racing green.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. But I was like, give me the black. I think they called it like, something like
slate.
Yeah,
black.
Exactly. It was like slate, or it was like space dark or something like that.
Ultra diamond black.
Yeah.
Spaz just sent me a video. I've seen this one before. Have you seen the video of the dude, like doing a backflip with like
with the weights?
Yeah, with the weights.
Oh yeah, I saw that, bro. I saw that yesterday. I showed my girl's brother that. Yeah, it's like, I was like, what? I was like, yo, we live in a video game. I was like, this does not look like real life.
It's crazy. You want me to show it to the camera? So
yeah, bro. Show it to the camera, bro. That was crazy when I saw that. I was like, what the hell? So move it toward there, yeah. So watch this dude right here. Look at this guy. And I think those are like just really big, but they're like 10-pound plates. But that's a 45-pound bar.
I'm sorry, my hand is shaking.
How is that even real? Dude, what? Bro, I saw that, but let it play again. Let it play again.
I'm fucking shaking like
a tree. We can see it, bro. You kidding me? We all drink coffee. We're all shaking. Now there's a wicked glare. Nice, right there. One more time on this dude. That is a goddamn superhero. You're going to find out. It's over. You're going to find out that guy right there, man, that's some kind of next level human being.
Yeah,
that's
this is CFL player.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's CFL?
I think that's indoor football.
Is it? Oh, it's like arena football or something like that?
I thought that's what it was. I could be wrong.
That was crazy. When I saw that yesterday, I was like, God.
Canadian Football League.
I was like, human beings never cease to amaze me. When I see something like that, or I see somebody in like one of them flying squirrel suits with like a Red Bull helmet or something, and they're flying across the planet.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like, yo, these people are crazy.
Extreme, bro. People are extreme.
To me, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to touch on I said a Canadian Football League, and what I was going to say is that there's a lot of like, so he's a professional athlete, and there's a lot of people who are like either in the NFL or like just going to get into the NFL or working to get into the NFL that play in like the CFL.
Oh, cool. I mean, the NFL would be stupid not to look at leagues like that. I mean, these guys are top athletes.
Yeah.
These guys are top athletes.
They're not playing in an American league, which is weird, right? Because how the fuck do we have a Toronto's Raptors?
Yeah, it's weird. We used to have the Montreal Expos, which was also a Major League Baseball team that played up there. The Toronto Blue Jays. There's a couple of teams up there. I don't really know how that works, but same thing with the NHL. There's teams up there too.
That one makes a little bit of sense because they probably needed them for it to be competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Because Canadians,
a bunch of American teams, and they're just like, you guys. It's probably them that took us in.
Yeah, probably. It's them in like the Swedish or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy.
And you remember we talked about Connor a couple of weeks ago, getting in that, getting his Bentley taken away and that speeding.
Yeah.
Like
I saw a video of it. Did you see the video?
No, was it crazy?
Oh, there's a guy driving next to him. They're like, yo, it's Connor. And then you see the cop pulling him. They're like, oh, they're pulling him.
Was he driving like an asshole?
You can really tell. You didn't see enough of it, but you could literally see him. The top was off. It was like a convertible and shit. And then you see the cop come up with the lights on and pull him over.
Oh, well, he got 6 months of defensive driving. That was his sentence.
6 months of defensive driving?
Yeah. I guess you got to take a course every week. I don't know what the fuck that even means.
God, that's got to suck. I don't do defensive driving ever, even though there's like a pretty significant insurance incentive. I just don't do it. I can't get myself to sit in a room for 8 hours with a bunch of people telling me to put my signal on.
Yeah, no.
Fuck off. I can't. I don't have the time for that shit.
My girl does that shit every year. Sits in front of the computer.
I can't. I had a hookup one time.
Yeah, we used to have the plug back in the day.
I had a plug. I remember it, bro. I had the plug. I'll tell you who gave me the plug afterwards. You'll probably catch the vibe of who it was.
Nah, I think it was the same person that gave me the plug. He offered it to me a bunch of times.
I went to, it was like an insurance company. Like, I went there. It was like some kind of insurance company or something. I knocked on the door, and they answered the door. They're like, hello? And I'm like, hi. Like, just walked in, and I'm like, hi, I'm looking for a defensive driver. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, there's an insurance company. And I was like, oh, all right. Guess I'm in the wrong place. I was like, so-and-so sent me, and they were like, oh, all right, hang on a second. And I'm like, what? And they took me in the back, and it was this room full of people at a table. and there was some lady that was like, sign right here, sign right here, sign right here. She gave us all books and was like, here you go.
Yeah.
And she was like, go home, and I had to pay the money. I just gave her cash, and that was it.
I know a guy that got his CDL like that, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
CDLs are lit right now.
Dude, there's scams. Everywhere's got a fucking scam for something. My boy had this fucking insurance scam where somehow, some way they were doing something that made your bill like $15. Like, I think they made you like live somewhere else.
A car insurance bill?
Yeah, bro. And it took his bill. I think his bill was like 300 and change, and it made it like $60 or something like that.
A month?
Yeah.
Jesus. How long did that last?
Bro, it lasted a couple months, and then a bunch of people started doing it where we worked at. A bunch
Got
of people
too
started
hot.
doing it. Got too hot. Everybody's shit got turned the fuck up. Everybody's shit got the shit came back, and it was even higher than before because I guess the guy got caught up.
Damn, that sucks.
The scams
man.
for everything, bro. Remember illegal cable back in the day?
Bro, I used to have a box that was it was a hot box. One day it just like switched over. Like nobody did it intentionally. It just started getting channels.
Crazy.
Like I saw a little scrambled titty every now and then. Like it was all green and stuff. But I got all like the wrestling pay-per-views and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I didn't get any of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, I got all that, man.
I didn't see that dude jump off the fucking thing and die.
Who, Owen Hart?
Yeah.
He fell from the roof. Yeah.
He felt like a slip and fall?
He was up. It was supposed to be some kind of stunt, and he like fell. He fell from like the goddamn rafters. I don't think he fell from the cage.
Did he fall from like going to where he was supposed to go to do his stunt, or did he?
Yeah.
He fell.
Like that.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought it was like a stunt gone bad.
No, I think it was. Yeah, it was essentially a stunt gone bad, but I don't think he got to actually do the stunt. I think he just fell.
Damn, that's terrible. I hate to end this on a terrible fucking note, but we are over the hour. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man. I think we did it, man. This is episode 88. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Give us a thumbs up. I mean, I only see a couple thumbs up. There was quite a few people in here, so give us a little bit more love if you can. Subscribe to the channel. Check us out on all audio platforms, wherever you consume your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the podcasts. What you got, man?
That's sad. Masters on 88.
Yes, and I apologize. Monday we did not go live because that was my fault. So we are here now Thursday. We will be back Monday and the following Thursday. And if you guys have any input, anything you want us to talk about, throw it down in the comments and just let us know.
Tell us what you think about this new seating format.
Yeah, man. We're doing something a little bit different. Let us know what y'all think. Hit them. Woo! Karate chop. That's it, yo. We done.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión.